I know you're dad.
Welcome
Very
back.
nice
And
man.
now
Don't look
let's
for trouble.
start off. Okay, the conversation is already going on, but let's start by looking at Nigeria. In 2017, it's been ups and downs. It's been agitations here and there. Different issues came up this year. So we want to look at how all of this went and what is it that we can do differently for 2018 concerning Nigeria. We have in the studio 3 gentlemen. Let me start with Mr. Biodun Showumi, a social commentator. Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
And on my left, we have Mr. Oscar Onwudiwe, a legal practitioner, and Philip Igbenejesu, another legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning. So let me start with Mr. Igbenejesu. What's your own assessment of Nigeria, how the country fared in 2017?
Thank you very much. It's such a delight to be here. I would think it's a mixed bag of different situations. Generally, for the populace, I wouldn't think Nigerians have fared very well. The statistics are out there for us to be able to confirm. It's been more of the same thing over the years. I think the people are getting more and more pauperized. Situations have not gotten a lot better, and the indications are all over the nation like telltale signs through which you can confirm that there's still so much to be desired for Nigerians as a people. The government has brought a measure of stability to the polity with respect to a number of things that hitherto had plagued this nation. But I would think that there's still so much to be done. I am one of those who firmly believe that the governance in Nigeria still has a long way to go in order to be able to deliver what is popularly called in Nigerian parlance, the dividends of democracy. But I do think that with better commitment, more focused and disciplined approach to governance, Nigerians should be able to fare a lot better. Because right now, where we are, what we're experiencing, still is so much more to be desired.
Mr. Onwudiwe here said, one thing that I picked from what he said, in the positive side is stability to the polity. What's your own assessment?
Okay, exactly what you picked is what I didn't pick. Not from what he said, but from observing the country. Nothing is going to change. Let us be very frank. The truth is that
nothing is going to change?
No, there's no difference between 17 and 16, 15, 14, and you continue to go down. There's no difference. The only difference is that individually you may feel you found more money in your pocket or you have a better life. That's all. Other than that, the system is still running in a way that will ensure Nigeria goes nowhere.
Why is this pessimistic?
Thank you. In fact, I like that. I just got an award about 2 weeks ago as a deplorable pessimist.
Wow.
And I'm so proud of that award.
Why?
The reason is simple. I will stand by the truth as I see them. You see this idea of the way we keep giving ourselves hope. Listen, let's come to basis. If we sit together to do an analysis of a country, let's start from A before we get to Z. We're so much in a hurry for praise. We're so much we believe we're being encouraged when we tell ourselves the positives. No. You're encouraged when you go to the foundation and you lay the right foundation. One of the things we've not done in this country is to study ourselves and understand ourselves. We have not bothered to do it since 1960. Let me tell you this. As far back as the year of our Lord 1912, there was a letter I came across written by Lord Lugard to the Home Office. And what was he doing in that letter? He was analyzing each tribe in Nigeria. The people from the north, he gave analysis of what you can say is their values and their natural way of behavior. He talked about the west, he talked about the east. And he was writing to the Home Office in London. Do we here, since we took over power as, this is now our country since independence, do we bother to sit down and see the importance of understanding ourselves and our strength? That's where it starts. We sleep over it, we just move on. Let's move on. And then we look for what to praise. Doesn't make sense to me. That's why you call me a pessimist. I want us to go and lay a foundation and come about the culture. We have crisis in Nigeria is from what? Conflict of cultures. Because we don't really understand ourselves. If you understand yourself, you understand your strength. And you can only build on your strength. So this is why I decided to go the other way, and you called me a pessimist, for which I'm so proud of.
Because if you say we are not moving nowhere,
oh, we're not
many people will agree that we shouldn't move, or we are not moving. Let me go to Mr. Showumi.
Yeah, from my viewpoint, I think it's a mixed bag of successes and failures, which are inbuilt in the system, because the structure we have in the country is bound to continue to produce this mixed bag of mixed fortunes, rather than taking us, making monumental leap in terms of development. We've not been able to do that. If you go back in the last 10, 20, 30 years, we've only been moving from one crisis to resolve it, only to another crisis to resolve it, only to another crisis. If you look at the last 1 year, I cannot remember any time since the Civil War when, the foundation of the country, the unity of the country has been so challenged like in this last 1 year. And it's something which we have to deal with. Currently, we have not been able to resolve it. We've papered over it. But when you look at government on its own, without looking at, the structure, our ability to move beyond where we are, if you want to look at how we manage the system, even those crises, I think we've done a bit well, particularly in the areas of agriculture. We've been able to record some successes. For instance, in rice production, we've seen Ogun State coming on stream, we've seen Kano, Kebbi, and some other states, and Lagos, one way or the other, joining that league. So that is good, because that's reduced the foreign exchange we spend on importation. If you are to believe the government, about 90% of rice, money we spend on rice, importing rice, are no longer being spent. So if that is the case, but the other side is, when you look at fuel, you see the total incompetence, of government. We've not been able, this is not a Buhari's problem. This is a problem that has been on, I cannot remember since when. Every December, we face this crisis. How come we've not been able to resolve it? Even we claimed it's because of subsidy, let us remove subsidy. It was removed. We now buy petrol at 145 naira. We were told, okay, anybody can bring in fuel, anybody can sell, but we still face the same problem. So it's a mixed bag, depending on how you look at it. Government has succeeded in creating employment. I'm sure not less than 1 million people have been employed. But at the same time, we've also lost jobs, and over 1 million, 2 million, depending on which statistics you want to believe. If you are to quote the MBS, 7 million jobs lost. So while we are making progress, we are also going backward. It's like one step forward, one step backward. This is not the fault of any government. This is just a systemic problem. Except you deal with the structure of the country, creating this kind of crisis, we are going nowhere. Okay,
we'll come back to this discussion, because I'm looking at some of the things that the spokesman for the president has listed as the achievements for the government in 2017. We'll be back after this break.